This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, it's the end of Prohibition. Or, well, it's been the end of Prohibition for 91 years as of today. To celebrate, we're sharing ways to soak up Pittsburgh's Prohibition history and learn more about the Whiskey Rebellion. Plus, we're rounding up spots to get ready-to-go cocktails for all your holiday gatherings and talking about the new restaurants we can't wait to try. It's Thursday, December 5th. I'm Sophia Lowe, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I'm with CityCast's Hey Pittsburgh newsletter editor, Francesca DeBecco. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sophia. Listeners are going to get tired of hearing from me this week.
Well, we love having you here, and I'm going to change our opening question a little bit. Usually we talk about the best thing we've eaten this week, but what is the best drink you've had for our Prohibition episode? Or what do you wish you were sipping on right now?
Okay. Well, my mind is admittedly still on coffee right now.
Yeah, it's the morning. Otherwise, I would have brought a drink to this.
Yeah, we can't do work after that. So maybe like an espresso martini. I know bartenders are shaking up a gingerbread version this time of year.
Ooh,
I saw
yummy.
it. Yeah, I saw it on a lot of menus on our grand list of holiday pop-up bars. If you haven't been, go check it out, pittsburgh.citycast.fm. And we did a podcast episode about it too. So you can catch up there and find your drink. But Sophia, what do you want to be drinking right now, aspirationally?
Now I'm also thinking seasonally. I've been really into cranberries lately. I feel like a cranberry orange Cosmo type thing would be really good.
Ooh, that sounds delicious and perfectly holiday themed.
And like we said, today marks 91 years since the end of Prohibition. So grab your drink. That was definitely a day Pittsburghers celebrated.
Yeah, for sure. But if we are honest, the liquor really never stopped flowing here in the Burgh. We had infamous bootleggers and speakeasies in most neighborhoods. And at the time, Prohibition leaders in Washington actually called Pittsburgh, quote, the wettest spot in the United States.
That's really fun. That makes me proud to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Although Prohibition did spur the downfall of Western Pennsylvania's whiskey industry. That was one of the top producers of rye whiskey in the country. So a lot of local distilleries shut down during Prohibition.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of ways you can still learn about that history today.
Okay, so let's jump in. Tell me where I can learn more about Prohibition.
Yeah, so there's actually a one-off event tonight from 7 to 8:30. It's the history of the end of Prohibition in Mount Lebanon. It's with the Historical Society there. So apparently Prohibition ended really slowly in that part of town. So they have a volunteer, Jeff Hurd. He's going to share more about that and what those lingering effects of Prohibition still contribute to that community today. And it's free for Historical Society members, but a donation is suggested for the public. So swing on by. It's at their Historical Society spot in the neighborhood. And they said there will be beer.
Nice. I am glad that all of these events have a little drinky with them. It seems very appropriate.
As they should.
And if you're busy tonight, something you can do any time of the year is walk the Burgh's Whiskey Rebellion and Prohibition tour.
Yeah.
So this runs on Saturdays and every other Sunday at 2:30 p.m. So this requires a little bit of walking. So maybe also an activity you can save for the spring. So it's taking place downtown. It's about 2.5 hours. You learn more about the Whiskey Rebellion. And then in terms of Prohibition, you learn about where the old speakeasies were and what current speakeasies are still around today.
So cool.
You have a Scottish tour guide who, quotes, knows his whiskey and who is quite a fun character. And then you get 2 whiskey cocktails, and this whole thing is $39 a person.
That's a good deal. I love that.
Right?
I actually talked to the event organizers one time, and they said that this is a really popular one in the winter and fall too.
Oh,
So, warm up with your whiskey. This would also make a great gift for someone who, really likes to sip on whiskey.
that's true.
And talking about more whiskey, of course, there is Wiggle Whiskey in the Strip District. They do distillery tours on Saturdays. This is more focused on the Whiskey Rebellion, less about Prohibition.
And reminder, since we've mentioned it a couple of times, the Whiskey Rebellion was pre-Prohibition. It was a little less than a decade after the American Revolution ended, and Alexander Hamilton had set a tax on spirits that were distilled in the country. And, local Western PA farmers got really mad, set stuff on fire.
Really on brand for us. So to get more into that history, go to Wiggle Whiskey and get a taste of that.
Yeah, and if you really like something, you can take some home. It's not just a tasting. One more fun fact about the Whiskey Rebellion: Wiggle Whiskey is named after Philip Wiggle, maybe Weigel. The spelling is different depending on where you look. So he was involved in the Whiskey Rebellion and fought a tax collector.
Woo.
He was also one of 2 people charged for treason because of the rebellion. The first time anyone in the U.S. was charged for treason. And also, he was one of the first people to be pardoned.
Right here. Come on. So we got our taste of history. Now let's talk about some cocktails. Not everyone has a good bartending cart at home. So we want to make this very approachable for you, for all of your holiday gatherings. I personally am not a bartender. So this is an easy thing to do if you want to get some ready-made cocktails.
Yeah, these ready-made cocktails are increasingly popular here in Pennsylvania and also getting easier and easier to find because grocery stores, gas stations, convenience stores, they can also can cocktails now thanks to a new law that went into effect in September. But anyway, there are still a bunch of spirit makers who have been making ready-made cocktails for ages.
Yeah, there's one that I recently tried for the first time. I can't believe it took me this long, but Boyd and Blair. A lot of you probably know about it.
Ooh,
it's based
yes,
in Glenshaw.
I like them.
Yeah, so it's still in Allegheny County. It was so good. And I have my eyes on their seasonal chai tea flavor. It
Yummy.
has, chai and ginger and allspice and lime for a little bit of acidity. And you can find these at most fine wine and good spirits.
Ooh, is that supposed to be warm? Did you drink it warm? That sounds like it'd be really good warm.
I think you could do it both ways. I drink it cold, but, what's stopping you?
Okay, I'll have to go to check them out because I've gotten little sampler packs at Fine Wine. So you can get 4 bottles of different pre-made drinks. And I think each bottle has around 2 servings. So I really like the vodka with lavender and lemon. But you can also find flavors. I don't know if they're in the pre-made packs, but other ones that looked really good for this time of year was an espresso martini.
Ooh,
so
there
that's
we go.
vodka with cold brew and vanilla. And then very local, the Keystone tea. That's vodka with black tea and lemon.
Love that. And they also have a line with the Steelers. It's called Steel Curtain Drinks. It has mango, Bloody Mary, Cran Mule, and more.
Yum. Okay, so let's move away from vodka. What other cocktails can you get from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, so moving outside of Allegheny County, there is 8 Oaks in Lehigh County. They have flavors like the Manhattan Barrel-Aged Flask Cocktail and the Old Fashioned Barrel-Aged Flask Cocktail as well. So
I don't know if I've ever had a Manhattan before. I am not that fancy. I like my drinks sweet.
if you don't want to make it yourself, this is a great, way to try it.
That's true. I don't need all the ingredients. I can just get this one cocktail, try it once, see if I like it.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's Big Spring Spirits. That's based in Bellefonte, PA. And they're actually planning to open a distillery on the south side. I don't know when that's coming, but something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
They have spirits like spiced rum or Firebird cinnamon whiskey. So you can grab those and make them at home, or just get a pre-mixed drink like the Spiced Cinder. It has gin, apple cider, lemon, ginger, mulling spices. Sounds very cozy.
Yeah, I'm changing my answer from above. I don't want cranberry anymore. I want warm apple cider that's spiked.
Exactly. Happy to help your order today, Sophia.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to bring it back to Pittsburgh with Goodlander. They're based in Larimer. They've got cocktails on tap at a bunch of spots all around the city, too. I love their gin and juice. Like I said, I like sweet drinks. This does not taste like alcohol. It's delicious.
Don't they have non-alcoholic options too?
Yeah, so one that I had recently was the Roselle. That was really lovely. I believe that's seasonal. I actually did have it spiked at Vellum, so you can also make it alcoholic. That's got hibiscus, lemon, and spices like cinnamon, clove, and allspice, and then sugar, and then it's got seltzer, so it is fizzy. And if these options sound really yummy to you, Goodlander also caters. So you can get a growler with 5 servings up to a 6th barrel, which has 100 servings.
Holy wow. Keep that party going.
Today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you're a magic maker like me, the person in your crew responsible for the parties and the menus and keeping the whole squad on theme and on time, the holidays can be so much fun, but they can also kind of run you down. Therapy can be a great way to bring yourself some comfort. Maybe you want to learn how to set some boundaries with your friends and family this time of year, or maybe you're working on coping skills for when you get overwhelmed. Therapy can empower you to be the best version of yourself in any situation. If you're thinking of making a change, BetterHelp wants to be there for you. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/CityCast today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/CityCast. Today's show is sponsored by Autism Pittsburgh. Founded in 1967, Autism Pittsburgh provides resources and referrals for autism support services, diagnoses, organizations, therapists, and more. And they're especially devoted to bringing our local autism community together through concerts, caregiver and parent support groups, and summer camps. They even have a 21-plus golf program. Autism Pittsburgh has a long history of helping folks and families with a loved one on the spectrum. They were actually one of the founding members of the Autism Society of America. And even though they recently changed their name, their commitment to building strong connections, spreading awareness here in the Steel City, and all important advocacy work, that all remains the same. Because everyone deserves a fun, compassionate community where no one feels alone. To donate and learn more about Autism Pittsburgh, visit autismpittsburgh.org.
So let's move on to our city's restaurants openings and closings. I will kick it off to you, Francesca. What have you been looking at?
Yeah, so the old Ham Bones on Butler Street in Lawrenceville is now the Butler Street Derby.
Yeah,
it's filling some big shoes because Ham Bones was kind of a classic. It was around for 35 years, and they were known for their live music and comedy nights. So this new spot seems to want to carry on that legacy. It's supposed to have casual American food, good social life, entertainment, same kind of Ham Bones legacy there. And you can grab a drink at the full service bar or go to the patio or head inside and catch a show. It can actually fit 500 people.
Whoa.
So yeah. And they said that brunch and lunch are coming soon.
So I was on Butler Street the other day and I passed this. And when I saw Butler Street Derby, I genuinely thought it was going to turn into a roller rink.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
That would have been fun too. But hey, if it can fit 500 people, there is probably room for roller skating. But I got over that disappointment, checked out the menu, and I think the vegetarian burrata wrap sounds amazing.
Ooh, you're talking my love language over here.
Well, we are going to go back to alcohol again because there is a wine bar around, right?
Yes. If you actually like wine over cocktails, then check out Uncorked. It's on Sharpsburg's Main Street. They have a music bar. It's open Wednesday through Saturday. Bring your friends. They have upscale tapas and they pair it with the wine. So, it's just kind of a specially curated place.
Well, sell me on the tapas because my Asian glow gets really bad when I drink wine. My body does not like it.
You need some snacks. They have starters like a cheese board, carrots, Brussels sprouts, and then for mains, pastas, salads, lamb, Kobe beef, and seafood. So a whole array of things to pair with your wine.
I have my eyes on the Kobe beef, no wine. And then we have one more opening for today. It's actually for people and dogs. So this spot's called the Dog Pen. It's open now in the Strip District. It's a bar and off-leash bark park. So indoor and outdoors. And there are heaters outside, so don't worry if you get cold.
Yeah. So for people, there's wine, beer, and cocktails, plus some snacks. And the website says that food trucks usually make a stop there each day. So, keep in mind whenever you go there, you might want to hit up a different one. But since it's a bar, people do need to be 21 or over to enter. You can get in for free, but your dog does need to be registered. You can pop in for a day or buy a membership and keep coming back. They have monthly or yearly options. There are some rules, though. Dogs need to be up to date on their vaccinations, and you can bring 2 dogs per person, but you can find a full list of their guidelines online.
Yeah, and even though you have to pay for a day or, a month or a year, if you have 2 dogs, you get a discount on the second one. I love a deal.
Now let's get into some kind of bummer news, some closings around town.
Yeah, so one is Riley's Poorhouse. So there was a fire there in November, and this was a really iconic Irish pub and neighborhood spot in Carnegie. So that's been around for decades.
Yeah.
But Joe Riley, one of the owners, told KDKA that, he plans to rebuild. He also lost a lot of photos of him in the restaurant with his partner or family members. So I really feel for him.
Yeah.
And all the employees there. And if you want to show some support for them, there's actually an opportunity to support employees. They're doing a spaghetti fundraiser dinner. So that's December 7th, 4 to 8 p.m. That's at the Eagles Club in Carnegie, $10 cash only.
Yeah, got to help them rebuild. So another recent closing, Merchant Oyster Co. in Lawrenceville actually had its final day of service yesterday. It had a last shucking good time party to close out.
That's cute.
Yeah, the business, not the building, but the business is for sale for $265,000. So if you know anyone who wants to buy it and keep the good times rolling, let them know. So that'll be a missed spot on Butler Street.
And then a couple of places that are shutting down soon. So get in now if you want one last meal there. So Park Bruges in Highland Park is closing at the end of the month. Owners there are going to actually be focusing their attention on the Point Bruges Cafe in Point Breeze. So that's going to be celebrating its 20th anniversary next month in January.
Aww.
And then the Park Bruges space in Highland Park is going to be taken over by one of the owners of Penn Avenue Fish Co. So Angela Early, she told the Trib that, some of the new restaurant selling points include some great happy hour options. And the focus of the menu will be New England style seafood. And they're hoping for a March opening.
Oh, so if you're missing seafood at Merchant Oyster, you can go head over to there.
Yeah.
And this one I'm so bummed about. Sugar Spell Scoops in Sharpsburg is closing down at the end of the year.
Really?
They put an announcement on
man.
Instagram. The owners explained that it was because they couldn't reach an agreement with their landlords of the building. So along with some other problems with the physical space, but they're hoping to continue serving some ice cream in the future and figure out what works from them. It's sad to lose a vegan ice cream spot. They always had such interesting flavors and really fun themes. So we're definitely rooting them on for a return in the future.
And finally, let's wrap up with some food events that you think people should be checking out this weekend. What's on your calendar?
I'm excited about Santa Sunday at Lola's Eatery in Lawrenceville. This is actually running every Sunday until Christmas. They have an amazing looking menu. Something that sounds so good was the gingerbread McSteamy.
What is that?
Yeah, so it's fluffy gingerbread griddle cakes with sausage, soft scrambled eggs, cheese, sriracha aioli, and served with a hash brown.
Like sandwich style or pancakes on the side?
Yeah, I think served like a sandwich.
Interesting.
I'm so curious about the gingerbread combo
Me
with
too.
the eggs. Yeah, I love that. I like a little spice with my breakfast. So I think that sounds so good. And they have really delicious looking coffee drinks, like another gingerbread thing, a gingerbread man latte, which sounds so good. And they also have spiked things like the Frosty the Snowman, which is Maggie's Farm rum spiced with eggnog.
Fun. Well, if you want to stay inside because it's getting cold, I have the event for you. Grow Pittsburgh is doing a winter pressure canning workshop.
Ooh.
So that's going to be on Saturday, December 7th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. It's $10. And like I said, virtual. So you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. And if you've got extra like veggies or fruit or anything laying around, it's a great way to preserve those through the winter. That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. Please check out our website. It is pittsburgh.citycast.fm. It's full of all our past shows and most of the great stuff Francesca writes for the Hey Pittsburgh newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you then.
BYOB or oh my God. I was going to say
BOGO.
buy one, get one.
BOGO dog.
Ooh, BOGO.